Good evening, everyone. Tonight, the question we need to answer for this discussion is, are Romas a true minority? It's kind of a yes and no question because they're kind of a lost group of people, lost souls in their own rights. Nobody wants them in their country. They're looked at as being corrupted or bringing in organized crime. Negative images of Roma has been around for centuries. So it's like they have no place. No matter where they're at, they're still not accepted. All racial tension is blamed on them, whether, they're playing any part in it or not. It must be the Roma people. They've never had a country of their own. They're like a lost group of people that has nowhere to turn and no place to call their own. Outcast in their own little community. Forced eviction in Romania. They were forcing people out of their homes that they had been in for over 30 years just so they could destroy the homes, leaving families to fend for themselves on an open wasteland. Amnesty National called this violation of human rights, which, from what it showed in the video, is very inhumane conditions. Half of the evicted families were sent to an old high school, which basically looked like the building was unfit, like it could almost crumble around them. Roma people feel like they are being treated like dogs, in very inhumane way of being treated. And then you wonder, if some of the things they said about them, as far as the stealing and everything is true. And, growing up, there was an old story. You whip a dog enough times, an old saying, I should say. You whip a dog enough times, they retaliate. And that's kind of what these people are down. They keep them down. They keep knocking them down. They won't let them. It's almost like they want to keep them down. They don't want to let them succeed or become, empower them. One family built a makeshift shack where their house used to sit. Now, what was wrong with their house there? They evicted them, took them out of the house, tore the house down. They've had to put up this little shanty shack for them to live in. They want to work, but there's no work. Nobody wants to hire them. So they just do the best they can with little odd jobs here and there. The mayor said that they could go back home to their addresses on that ID card, but they've been evicted from those addresses. They've been demolished, so there's no home to go back to. And then in the same breath, he said the ID cards are fake. So it's like they have nowhere to turn. Then they come up with these little pods. The mayor come up with these little pods he put in this desolate land that has 4 walls in it and a roof. Well, that's better than nothing, but if you have more than 2 people in your family, there's no room for anybody. And a lot of one thing they pointed out when, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, Marcia Dalla, said that Romas and Romanians are 2 different groups of people. And Romanians sometimes get discouraged, and vice versa, Romas get discouraged because they're believed to be one and the same. One thing that they do is to pick scrap metal from a rubbish dump to sell for pittance. And it didn't show how much he collected, but they did say they make the equivalent of about $14. Even though the practice is illegal, they still do it. They've got to do something to survive. They're kind of a social exclusion. They're powerless. They're outcast in, like I said, in their own in their own community. Thank you.